Hello everyone, and now we're back for part 3 of our video. We're going to take care of the degrees, the majors, maybe get the GPA and the beginning grade done. So what we're going to do is look at our degrees. We have degrees that are kind of all over the place. And so really what we want to do is we're going to want to condense this list down into just the 3 BS, MS, PhDs. Kind of like what they've got here with the newest data. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that. I'm going to come over to the conversion tables I've been making. Control V to drop it down. And then what I'm going to do, data, going to go to our new best friend, remove duplicates. Select all. We're going to remove that. That crunched it down, 350 duplicate values, so we've got 11 unique variables. And so these we are going to change. Master Science degree would just be an MS. Bachelor Science degree, BS. A master degree business administration, that's a master's level degree, so an MS. That's actually, just thinking about this, those aren't really that great because because an MBA is not a Master of Science degree, it's a Master of Business Administration, an MBA. So let's actually go and change these to bachelor's and master's. Now, I know bachelor's is spelled incorrectly. We're going to go to review, go spelling. I got it close enough, so change that. And done. Close. Yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy that down. So that's a bachelor's degree. Bachelor's degree of business is bachelor's. Bachelor's degree of arts is bachelor's. Bachelor's of Electrical Engineering. Okay, so I've just gone through and done all the ones that are bachelor's degrees. Let's do the same thing with master's since I've already got that. Control C, master's other, and MS, so those will all be masters. Last will be our doctorate of philosophies, but that's just PhD, so we'll be able to just get away with going PhD, Control C, Control V. Okay, so now I've broken those down. So we're going to be able to take all these, what was that? That is 11, and jam it down to our 3 base. Bachelor's, Master's, and PhD. Okay, so what are we going to do? We're going to do, once again, this one's just a VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP. And what do I want to do? Look up value. That is going to be my degree. Lookup table. We're going to come down here. We're going to select our table that we just made. I'm going to hit F4 to lock those in. And I'm going to tell it to look up column 2. Should be pretty good at this one by now, because the VLOOKUP's pretty simple. And there we go. So we got everything in there. And it's cleaning the data up. It's all uniform. It's nice and pretty. Exactly what we want. Okay, so let's bop to the next one. Let's look at our majors. And we're going to do the same thing. Oops, I want to get all of them though. We're going to go copy. We're going to come over to our conversion tables, which I'm rolling my mouse like crazy because I lost it. So conversion table, Control V, data. We want to go to remove duplicates, all of those guys, crank it down to 34 unique values. And from here, basically all we're going to do on this one in cleaning up this data is we're going to look at it and we only want to know 2 things. Is it a business degree or is it an engineering degree? And so what I'm going to do is I just want to go to data. I'm going to sort this A to Z to make it a little bit easier. So we've got accounting. Well, that's obviously a business degree. Bachelor of Science, BSCE is Bachelor of Science Computer Engineering. So that's going to be engineering. Let's just go down and hit the business degrees. Business admin, business education. That's computer engineering. That's all computer stuff. Let's see. So the next business one, economics. Go to finance, human resources, marketing, management. Materials is an engineering field. So operations engineering, since engineer's there, it's definitely an engineer. Operations management, though, is a business degree. What's the difference between those two? Not much, but one's classified as an engineering degree, one's a business, and supply chain management would be business. So the last thing that we have is everything else is an engineering degree. So we're just going to go fill those in. And I just dropped the engineering at the top of the big spaces so we can drag that down. Okay, so there's our table for cleaning up our degree data. And so we're just going to go do that. So once again, what are we going to do? VLOOKUP, our new favorite function. VLOOKUP is awesome. It's great. We're going to go into major. We're going to go pick up our accounting table here. We'll use VLOOKUPs a lot when we automate stuff in 690 because it's a great function for finding stuff. This is what I like. So you can see one of the things I like about Excel, it can be annoying sometimes, but I forgot a parentheses because there's my red ones and I forgot the black ones. So it tells me I made an error. I'm like, fine, I'll fix it. I still made an error. What problem did I have? Okay. I thought it was that. So I got VLOOKUP. There's my lookup value. There's my table array. There's my column index range. What did I screw up? Oh, you know what I screwed up? Is I have the parentheses in there. And so that's telling me, I had too many parentheses actually, because it was telling me all that first stuff was my lookup value. So I'm going to get rid of those parentheses, and there we fixed it. Oh, and I accidentally deleted my letter there, so we'll go, because that should be E2. Okay, there we go. Now we fixed it. Always fun to find mistakes. Drop that down through, and there we go. Okay, so now the next one that we've got is our GPA. Let's go back and see what kind of problems that we had with the data. If I look at my filter, I go down here, I've got blanks. That's not good. And so we gotta clean this up. So this is GPA data, and so there's a couple different ways that we can take a look at it. And truthfully, in this context, we don't want to leave it blank because we could just set it to 0. We could just remove it. What we're going to do is, okay, well, we're going to take the median of all the GPA data. So remember, median's different than the mean. The mean is the average of everything. The median means I've got just as much to the left side as the right side. We're going to talk about normal distributions later. And so we're just going to assume this is like normally distributed. And so that's why we want to use the median and not the mean. So median. Okay, and so we're just going to calculate out the median. We've got the function median. We're going to select all the GPA values, including the dashes, everything, the zeros, the dashes, all that. We found a typo in the formula. Don't know what the typo was, but there we go. So we have the median value. So the median GPA is 3.66, a lot higher than my undergraduate GPA. So there we go. And now what we're going to do is we're going to fill in all those GPA numbers. And so basically what I want to do is I want to fill in. We're going to do the same thing we kind of did with our date, where we use the if error function. Oh, actually, no, sorry, this date over here, where we did the, hey, we're going to see if it equals 0, and if it does, we're going to drop it down. We're going to use a different thing here, same kind of thing. So if, so what's the logical test? Well, we want to look at the GPA. So if that GPA equals, I just did quotation marks with a space. So that is basically nothing. I don't even need the space in there. I can just do quotation marks. Just another way of saying if the cell is empty. We used 0 before. This time we use spaces. They both work just fine. So what are we going to do? Well, if that one's empty, if there's nothing there, we want to go down and grab this median value. I'm going to hit F4 to lock that in so it doesn't change. So if it's empty, we'll grab the median. If it's not empty, we'll just grab the GPA. And so we've got 37. We've got an empty one. So we're just going to double click here. So go down to 37 where it was empty. Yep, 3.66. So just another way of doing what I did before. And oh, we have a dash in there. That should have taken care of the dash. Why did it not take care of the dash? Give me a second. Let me think about that. You know, we probably should have gone through, probably deleted the dashes. That could have been what we needed to do. Okay, so instead of just going and deleting those, let's just completely automate it, just like we did with the dates. So what I want to do is I want to go down here and grab, let's go look at one of these dashes. Is it just a dash or no? It's a dash with some spaces in front of it. So I just want to highlight that. I'm going to Control C because I'm going to copy that. So what I want to do is I want to go up here. We're going to just automate this whole thing. So we're going to make the statement a little bit different. So we're going to use another logical function. So if, and then we're going to, in that we're going to put or. So basically it's going to allow us to check two different things. So what I wanted to do is check if G2 is nothing, or if G2 equals parentheses for the text string, Control V to drop in what that stuff we've got there is. And so now what I'm going to do is, before I was just giving it one function, now I'm saying or. So G2 is space, or G2 is all these spaces and a dash. If that happens, make it the median. If not, just grab the stuff from G2. I was just pointing to the screen to show it to you, not that you would see that because I'm recording a video from home. So let's execute that now. Let's drag down. Now let me find a dash that we can check it against. So we'll come back to 301 here to check it, to make sure. We'll double click that down. And so we'll go to 301, which is up here. So it did have a dash. So what it did is it checked it. It wasn't empty, so it ignored it. But it did have all those spaces in the dash. And so since it did, it filled it in with that median value. Okay, now we are down to our last column, our beginning grade. This is exciting that we're almost done. Now we look at it and they have people down as EO2s, EO4s, 8s, 7s, 9s, and then we've got some 4, 5, 7, and 8s. So what they've done is they've left off that E0 part of the grade. Well, we're going to have to do a couple steps to clean that up and make those all the same, and we're going to save that for the next video.